So we've seen the latest figures of unemployment last night, 0.1% decline, the first we've seen in 6 months. Do you believe this is a real change?
No, I think that this is a stabilization. As you know, we had no growth in the second quarter in France, so it's very difficult to have a decrease in unemployment. You have to understand that there are two reasons for unemployment in France. You have a short-term reasons, which is due to the bad economic situation, and we have structural reasons. The job market doesn't working. That's why we need reform, but reform have not been done in France, so it will be very difficult to have a real decrease in unemployment in the short term.
So do you believe that President Hollande's goal to reverse this curve of unemployment by the end of his term is going to happen or not?
Maybe the curve will be reversed before the end of his mandate, but it's not due to his politics. It will be due to the current economic situation. The government have made reform. You have to understand that things are going forward in France. We have made the Responsibility Pact. It's okay. We have made what we call the Crédit Impôt Économie Emploi, which is a decrease in taxation, which is a good thing, corporate taxation. So we have the simplification shock. The aim is to relax regulation in France. So all this politics is good, but we have not addressed the problem of the job market. So it will be very difficult to have a real reversal of the unemployment curve.
Let's talk about China. We've seen a lot of market turbulences this week. How do you interpret these market turbulences? And do you think the slowdown in China will have a real impact on the real economy?
Yes, it will. The problem of the market is a symptom, if you want, but the real point, the big point, is that we have a real slowing down of the Chinese economy, and it will last. There are two dimensions in the slowing down of China. First, China has been driven by a quantitative growth for 30 years. I mean that there were many delocalizations from Western countries to China. There were huge migration from the countries to the big cities in China. So it made growth, but it's over. This kind of growth is over, and the point is that China has to move from a quantitative model to an investment, an innovation-based model. But innovation does not deliver 10 or 12 percent of growth a year. If it delivers 5% or 4%, it's great.
Does that mean that Western countries such as France should not rely on China anymore for growth?
It will be an impact. The slowing down of China will be an impact, indirect impact, but you have to understand that China is maybe the first economy in the world. It depends on how you calculate the weight of the economy, but it may be the first economy in the world. So when China is moving from a 10% growth to a 4% growth, it has an impact of the global growth, it has an impact of the Eurozone growth, and so I think that we will have consequences in France, not huge. You know that this year we are forecasting a 1% growth in France. I think that the impact could be between 0.2 or 0.3% of growth. So it's not huge, but it is significant.